I haven't even scratched the surface of the amount of content that I have to watch. Like, there's the farmers' strike as well. I'm doing my hunger strike, and it sounds pretty familiar. It sounds like farmers are withholding food from me and trying to make me aware. But in a way, like, yeah, we're all in agreement. I'm withholding eating food, and they're withholding sending food. We're all in agreement. I'm not like trying to kill people and eating them alive. Cannibalism, bro. Not doing that. Not going through their fridge and stealing their food. Not doing thievery. I'm just in agreement with the farmers. Food is not in the middle equation. It's not over here. It's not going to be here. And if anyone is struggling, if I see my mom struggling, I'll just laugh in her fucking face. Because I don't give a fuck anymore. You know, I'm willing to die for it. I'm willing to go seek death because it's so much cooler than dealing with idiots over and over again, thinking for them for free over and over again. You think you guys watching YouTube videos for free? Well, there's plenty of people doing exactly that in real life, thinking that smart ideas just pass by for free. They're not very relevant. You don't have to capture them. You don't have to think about them. You don't have to discuss them. You don't have to care about the people who generate these ideas, who are original. None of that fucking matters. It just flies by. Oh, like you did that thing. Sometimes happens. They just move away. Find some other things to do. Because the world is full of ideas bouncing around, right? So you can pick whichever ones you like. But you have to have variety of ideas. You have to have, common sense that some ideas are better than others as long as they, belong to your country, for example. Because every location, every single city and town is different. It has its own unique culture. Every social bubble has its own unique ways of existing and structure. They can make up their own rules. They can resist. Texas can resist the rest of the fucking US if they want to. And definitely Mexico. And they can put up really tough borders. And America is going to face the ruthless Texas telling them that if Texas doesn't fucking like you, they will create borders of their own. They will become their own fucking country. Deal with it. It's just gonna be that easy. There's nothing you can do. You can start a war? Is that what you want to fucking do? Because that will kill so many fucking people. That will just become World War America. I mean, American war. But it's global American war with each other. And everyone else just gonna sit there and fucking laughing at you guys. Like, haha, you fucking loser. You think you could have fucking defeated Russia? You're eating your own fucking dick right now. You're eating it. You're chopping it off and fucking eating it. You're at war with yourself. You're fucking mentally ill, basically. Everyone's gonna fucking laugh if this escalates. And if, I don't know what's gonna happen here. And I don't know what farmers are talking about. I haven't heard enough information. Alright, I just seen actions. Disrespect to the government. So the government starts talking to them. And that's probably the vibe, right? There's me and everyone else is X'd out of the equation. Alright? I don't have more than me. It's just me? I guess it's just me. I don't trust anyone else. Trust me, Royce. Just trust me. It's just me, bro. And the other side of who are... I don't know who they are either. They're not identified. I know one farmer, so technically it could be just me and that other farmer that I know. That happened to be my teacher, and now wants to be a farmer for some reason at the worst time ever. Really bad timing. It's more like the teachers were my parents. And that's what school also can potentially give you. Better parents. You know, school can equate into better parents for you. Even if they have been in your life only for a certain period of time and you had to say goodbye to them, they were potentially better parents. They're giving you more experience in that sense than just like shelter and food. It's not good enough, shelter and food, bro. I have to fight for my life to be able to get people's attention. I have to fucking struggle and crawl my way up to the top. It seems. That's the requirement. But I can always rewrite history. You know, if I really had better parents, there's something I can do to contact them back and start crawling really fucking fast. You know. Yeah, so again, going back to the skins episodes, I'm not gonna watch any of this. It feels horrifying, but the vibe is like just children being at their own devices have to fight against parents even. Their parenting is so fucking bad they have to fight against their own fucking creators. It's just the most demoralizing thing that can happen. But they're being treated nicely and shit, and they get to learn from each other at least, and that's pretty fucking nice. At least, you know, it still looks good, you know, the whole thing. But probably when the Cassie and more girls like leave the scene, I think things get very fucking awkward, or are they getting dragged into fucking problems? You don't want to see that shit happen. You either don't want to see girls, or you want to see them being treated nicely and being happy and stuff. I don't want to fucking see this. This will traumatize you, and rightfully so. So that's that. Anyways, back to Chuck E. Cheese, boys. Let's fucking go. This is a treat from Oliver because we will never own a home. All right, you must understand. So let's talk about pizza. Pizza! When crazy uploads happen like that, I will calculate one more time. Also, I have to buy the chips, the popcorn, the whatever sweet stuff I can get my hands on. Spicy stuff. So probably when I still had hit like 100 views though. Because I'm uploading a lot and it's just doomed to happen. Something's doomed to break out. It takes a few days, which is already pretty slow for YouTube, even for YouTube standards. It takes a few days. A couple of days on TikTok and you go through almost the full cycle. Like 3 days and then 3 more days the leftover shit and then 3 more days the fucking slowest of the slow. Watch your TikTok. And that's it. That's a 9-day cycle is max on TikTok. I don't know. On YouTube it's very similar. But you don't actually break out the first 3 days. Your video kind of remains dormant. Because YouTube has to pick which video they like the most and promote it for you. Like, YouTube has to do such a simple job. Just collect your data and select which data is easier to promote, is the cleanest or whatever. Like, that's all that's happening here. YouTube is not like some fucking intricate system. It just takes your shit and sees whatever you can promote and show to other people. Not that fucking complicated. I swear. So stuff like TikTok started existing and try to figure out a better way to advertise. And YouTube also needed to do shorts to try and understand at least how it all works. What kind of impact they're gonna make by making shorts. Which I immediately disabled because that was fucking cancer. Holy shit, that was desperate move by YouTube. Holy shit. You can't do what TikTok is doing, clearly. At least give me an option to disable all of this shit. But someone fucking had to figure out how to program the option to disable. Man, it's so pathetic. Yeah, the funniest thing you can do is say this is AI generated. And the proof I have that it's not is just like, who Who would give a fuck to do that? Who would do that? What, like all of this in this specific way? How would you ask AI to fucking do it? Generate what? Right? Like, Jesus Christ. I love that one. That's the best joke ever. If you don't see humanity, you will treat everything as AI generated. It's a very cool meme for these people. Everything is starting to be AI generated. All right. In fact, like everything was man-made, every single item in around you is man-made, then it's going to be AI generated items. No longer, you will no longer be able to say a man-made. That's going to be illegal. So, because we want it women-made as well, like we just want it like that. I don't know. No, it's all a meme, but like, fucking, there's people out there. Who knows what will happen when I open comment section?
Essentially, the message of the ad is, come to Chuck E. Cheese, we guarantee you will die here.
Sounds good to me, bro. Let's fucking go. Yeah, so the most important part, the thing that will make you most unhealthy, is that you are very aggressive, potentially, with how you set up the rules for... You know, you do the Mr. Beast thing, nothing can enter your mouth. Not a single calorie. Very aggressive behavior. You don't want to lock this shit down. Because apparently you can lose your hair. And that means cancer. That means resetting everything. Like this challenge that he did was kind of like fascinating in many, many ways. Let me bring that picture of melons, boys. Now they're going bad, so I gave one to my mom. So she eats so it doesn't go bad. She's still an ogre, very fat person, bro. Don't worry about, like, the context is not about my mom. Everything is not about my mom. Except the task. Which day is it, is the question, you know? So I have to yell and squeeze and ask in many ways because she's gonna try and appear normal, but it's not what's meaningful. The day is like 5th of February, like, is it meaningful to you? Like, are we going closer to something? Do we have to do something tomorrow? The day after that? Most people do have to do things. We don't. She doesn't have to. So that's not your days. Your days are not the normal days. Those days don't fucking matter. Technically, you know, doctors are very careful and they very much observant of what's going on. That nothing should be out of ordinary. It should be fairly easy for me to take pills. It's like not that deep, right? But it is pretty deep. I found depth, bro, in the puddle for some reason. My entire fucking leg got chopped off in that puddle of people not actually caring that much, shutting down the door, and then only opening when hell is broken loose and welcomes you with open arms to get fucked in the ass. So yeah, I asked what they use it for that piece of melon. And she made it. It's day 3. She actually keeps track of something. She understands something. That's fascinating, bro. It's not that fucking easy to actually know what day it is. So I'm gonna take my reward for her good deeds. And this is probably how God himself acts in our universe, basically. As long as we do good things, the universe itself, you know, rewards us with good weather, good feelings, all that shit. If we do bad things, the universe shifts away from us. The God just kind of slowly fades away. And we all fall apart. There was one time in my life when shit was weird, bro. And again, the similar hunger strike was happening. And I felt really weird. I feel like I'm tripping and everyone is like dying left and right, like a zombie apocalypse. But it was just like my biblical, you know, experience is really hypnotic. I was even actually hearing voices of feeling that people are following me, people are listening to me. That was schizophrenia. You can call that schizophrenia. You can call that schizo moment. Except doctors want to believe that this will always happen at some point in the future. And this has to be prevented by all means necessary. Just because I hear voices doesn't fucking mean shit. Doesn't mean that I even want to, like, get rid of that. Maybe it's actually meaningful to me. But I was able to escape. And it all happened naturally and fucking faded out naturally. To hear voices, like, you feel like your reality doesn't make sense anymore. Your reality has to change. You become very paranoid of everything that's going on because nothing makes sense. But I came back to normal. You know, hunger strike is over. The idea that I'm in absolute danger is over. And the world came back to normal. Maybe God was slipping away from my hands. And eventually I get this God mode event where I pretended to be God, but it felt so real. The God embodiment moment. It felt pretty fucking real. I'm like acting like, oh, I'm gonna get millions of subscribers. This is how life and death works. These are the people that matter. I just keep throwing imagery and constructing like really powerful stuff that's out of control, bro. That makes me out of control, like actually drunk with power. Out of nowhere. I feel like I'm supposed to have superpowers and do all these cool things and summon spirits of other people so I can talk to them or at least feel them. It's very hard to like stitch the whole thing together if it's not being filmed, and you don't actually want to see a person like that being spread across the internet. It's better for me to just explain. But yeah, it's the rise of ego. It's like very high skyscraper of ego, like reaching that level. Ego death is only good for evil people. But ego rise to the stars is very good for good people, you know. And it just like naturally happens. Like God naturally rewards people for being good. And that's normally like the hope that you have. Like things are gonna normalize, and a lot of people gonna receive the ego death while I'm receiving the ego uprise. But first I have to, you know, pull the strings, pull people down, and ask them to look, to unclog their ears. It's very easy to dismiss everything around you. Literally everything. Pretend that you're living in an island, in a remote location, that even war can be happening, and you don't care. You're just gonna be stuck in the fucking corner. You don't care. It's war. Whatever. You know, I can't do anything. It's just fucking weird, bro. When war is happening, people are trying to communicate desperately. People care about each other desperately and giving orders, basically. And some of them will sound pretty sweet. You know, maybe you'll find a promised land somewhere else. Maybe you'll find a shelter. And it will feel safe because there's other people in there. And that's all that matters, bro. If there's too many people and they don't give a fuck about each other, we will not find a good shelter. We won't have good intuition to follow. But if we care about each other, if you've got an offer that you can't refuse, if it's wartime, you're going outside, you're seeing what's going on, there's panic. You know, like, you will receive help of some kind to be able to escape. This is what we have observed. Like, war is a very slow thing. You can predict it very quickly. As a civilian, find a way to escape. Some are scarier than others. Every single form of war is completely different. And I have not, you know, I only educated myself about Ukraine and Russia because Russia is a big player. Israel doesn't sound like a fucking big player to me. I don't know what's going on. I will never understand. I just know it's a twisted thing that people talk about, but I can't fully experience that. It's like you're not talking about it enough. You might see imagery, you might see a lot of information, and it's like, I don't know, man. I have no idea what's going on over there in those islands of different countries. What is US fighting against right now? They lost 3 troops and lots of injured. Like, wow, is it World War III already? It's weird, man. Because it's probably way too far away from for us to care, for us to hear the narrative. It's not, it's just dirty shit, right? It's something you would look away from naturally, and I understand. So it cannot be a part of the narrative. It cannot be something that I talk about. I can talk about Ukraine because that shit flooded the entire Europe. There's a lot of Ukrainians who try to live their life. I guess that's respectful. Russia disrespects that. Russia doesn't care. But I've found many more reasons of what Russia is trying to do here. Many more things that they care about. And flaws, of course, of Putin taking over. That's a big flaw. But it's still that one top 1% being able to do crazy things and get away with that is just so simple for them. The top powers of the world, they can do a lot of fucking weird shit. But sometimes they have to fight against each other. Because not always they agree on what to do to the rest of the world. You know, of who's going to be the guy who's going to press all the buttons. They can't always agree with each other. And we should actually, salivate over the idea that they will fight more with each other than we will. When people are dragged in solitary confinements, there is no escape. The only escape is not eating food. It's that fucking simple. You haven't tried that yet. You see food as greatest form of entertainment for yourself, despite knowing very well, and people survive in solitary confinements. Yeah, that's fucking stupid. You believe that it's fine, and the food is fine, that the screaming of other people all around you. I haven't been there, but hey, there's plenty of imagery of what the definition is. Everyone fucking screaming, everyone's fucking stupid. I sort of been isolated. It's a very weird type of thing. Like, you're isolated for COVID, right? So they used probably solitary to do the COVID thing. I don't know, something like that. So it felt like that. So, well, you have bed, you get your fucking medication, whatever, right? You get your food. And obviously, when you start refusing things, then they will notice immediately. Because they have to fucking collect plates of eating food. They offer you things. They try to interact with you. And if you interact with them, they're very happy. They're fucking very happy. So I don't know what happens when you start refusing their, care. Because a lot of people just kind of like contribute their nasty fucking asshole behavior of caring, but not really, They're like smart asses. They can give you something and just retract very, very quickly. They can make you feel hope that you're seeing a human being, but they're just assholes. They don't actually want to be here. They don't want to give you nice things. They're just fucking, watching a free YouTube video for themselves in private. Someone slaved for a YouTube video for them. Like, it's just a fucking experience. You don't fucking need me. You don't need me to be there. You're just imagining things. Like, I have to imagine that I actually don't need food. I don't need to survive anymore. because this is just not normal. It's a not normal situation, and you have to refuse. You just have to fucking protest personally. You have to have that power to protest and not pretend that everything is happy and fun. The only entertainment is pain and suffering in those kind of situations. And then they cannot be assholes. They're not gonna win that way. I heard a dude, my friend, my asylum friends. I have made one who was very smart. So we were able to like discuss some things. Asylum friends told me that he almost like died from thirst. It was a special place for him. So now the solitary, even though I've been there for like 3 days, it's still now a big ass deal for me. Right? Maybe 3, maybe 5, I don't know. I don't even remember. Even though I fucking scraped it on the wall how many days. But I didn't do it. I did it with numbers. Now I see the reason why people do this stuff. Because it's a lot easier to remember vividly, right? Visually. Take a mental picture of like, if you make art. Art is easy to remember. Art has the power of memory and meaning. You can put meaning, you can summon things to hold on that meaning. You can paint Mona Lisa and you will always remember how many apples she is holding or something like that, right? So art is pretty useful in terms of memory. It's like not useless. It's not something that can be generated by AI because it's all bound with meaning. Will the dead year come alive? Because that's all I think about. You know, technically, the dead year, the thing that I sold to other human beings, to other assholes, is the only time I had consistent and prolonged social experience. I was burned. I was manipulated. My personality is to be burned if you want to destroy me. But they still have to heal me so I don't die. You know, they can't just isolate me and just keep me. I will, you know, go insane for sure. And I will have to fight back. Like, I will scrap pieces of their fucking confound space. And who knows, like, you being put into a fucking place, you can think of anything. You can think that they will keep you there forever. They got you, basically. They trapped you. You can think anything. Anything works because they're not the ones talking to you and explaining to you what's going to happen, what's going to happen. They can give you hints, but it's not good enough. It's not consistent enough. But once you're out, you get more stories. You get to interact with more people. And so for a prolonged period of 13 months, I was able to get a pretty interesting social experience. Yes, jail was actually fine in comparison to real life, right? Well, not really. It's just the same shit, but different. And that's what makes it better. It's different. Everything else I create for myself. I do for myself. Like everyone else. That's the normal thing to do, right? Well, if you want to live in isolation, you create families. That's the fucking trend, right? Everyone wanted to live in isolation. They create families, but they shit out children, and the isolation slowly withers away. So yeah. As much as I hate it, the dead year, it was very beneficial to me. Incredibly beneficial. It enlightened me for a long time, so it might come alive. It's at 19.4%. Meaning that it will come alive once it's 20%. And it will be competing against everyone else. The reason why Dead Year is actually dead is because of Megabot, the card game that I'm doing. Or I did there. I was able to make a card game that worked outside in the real world. It's completely different thing to be in Asylum and in the real world, where you have the internet, you have all the resources, but I was able, out of nothing, pretty much, out of fucking pieces of paper, to make a card game that still works in the real world, and is better than anything I've ever interacted with. Still, 3 years have passed. I still cannot find anything better because nothing really is competing anymore. Once card games, the desire for card games is fulfilled, now you have a bunch of companies who want to keep that shadow of, who want to sucker in as many people and strip away their, like, you want to play a card game, here you go. The big companies know exactly how to give you something into your hands, how you give you an experience, but it's going to be, hit and miss. It's not going to be fulfilling. It's not going to be fixed. In fact, when you're frustrated, you care more. So they capitalize on that frustration. The frustration and anger and being upset about something is exactly what capitalism wants from you. They want you to break your things. They want you to lose things so they can replace your fucking things. They don't want you to be depressed to the point where you're just a stone, not willing to buy anything anymore. They don't want to lose you as a customer, but they want you to destroy things so they can sell you more things. So when you're frustrated, you're looking to, well, I complain. I complain about Hearthstone. I complain about card games. I'm hoping they will change. But what I'm trying to do is stack the deck against the capitalism. I'm trying to stack the idea that this is pretty invasive and it's not functional anymore. Like, the game has died. And people who are struggling, trying to make it work, will start fading away. The amount of people that already went from 100% to 10%, that the game is successfully dying, and you have to tell them, you are correct. Anytime you say something is dying, you are correct. You cannot be argued about this thing. You cannot be thrown a bunch of arguments. I was able to talk to Ant Venom's editor, the big friends, for an hour, and he was keep on throwing up Ant Venom's never gonna fucking do Let's Plays, but Minecraft is not dead. You can only do commentary videos and try and break Minecraft, but Minecraft is not dead. There's a lot of children playing Minecraft. There's a surge of this popularity, and so Minecraft is not dead. It's dead to me. It's dead to even Ant Venom. He's barely making any videos. He's not passionate. So it's over, boys. It's fucking over. That was my concern. I don't really watch Ant Venom. I don't care that much whether he makes Let's Plays or not. And I prefer him doing commentary, even. But I was just concerned. This was a very twisted thing that I wanted to untangle. Of what the fuck's going on, bro? And now he's sort of fucking fading out himself. That's when I'm getting crushed. By not knowing what to do. Well, that's fucking sad. And on top of everything else, there's the new generation of lies. There's Hightail, there's fucking Mr. Ray Noodle doing his game. This is generation of lies. They promise you things, but they don't know how to fucking execute it to the point where it's super functional. They can open the doors and allow a lot of people in. They can't act like big companies are acting, because big companies know to make things simple from the start and just grow, depending if it's successful or not. These fucking idiots, they're trying to be successful from the very beginning. Well, that's going to be very difficult. You won't be able to keep up with the demand. It's just not how it works. Minecraft was successful because it kept up with the demand. It was growing naturally, organically. And then it died organically too. And if we haven't learned a fucking thing one thing, we will not actually get anywhere. No, nothing will be created. Second generation will fail. And the time stood still. Oh boy, we have invented all these new things and we're fucking losers anyways, right? We couldn't quite get to that second generation. We couldn't quite release it this year, even though I promised again. I'm releasing this year. No. Releasing what? Your poopies? Your promises? As always? Nothing, bro. And it pisses me off that so many people running around like Elon Musk promising things. I don't care about Elon Musk promises. I don't like him as a person. I don't care about fucking Tesla and all that fucking technological shit. Because I will never use it. I'm not that fucking rich. I'm not buying into his bullshit. But, you know, he knows how to scam rich people. That's pretty fucking crazy, you know? That's a crazy person right there, running around still alive. Holy shit, man. Scamming rich people, taking their time, making false promises for so long, just running around. That shit scared the shit out of people, bro. Billionaire, the richest man on the planet, just ripping off other rich people. Hey guys, you like Cybertruck? I'm gonna send you Cybertruck. Oh, Sweden doesn't like my Cybertruck. Oh, Sweden. Oh, the world doesn't like my ex. Oh man, like, It's such a fucking game. It's gonna go to jail. He's gonna go to jail anyways, like every single other fucking scammer. But while his self-esteem is high esteem keeps him out of jail, bro. My low esteem sucks me into jail instantly. Just gobble it up, this little boy. You know, my low esteem, where I cannot fucking talk to people, I don't know who to trust. My low esteem surrounded me and drags me into jail constantly. But this fucking Elon Musk boy, like, oh boy, he's so useful to society, bro. He's electrifying the entire fucking world now. He's greenifying. Who fucking cares? I don't care about weather. I want to survive. I want to be a fucking happy human being, bro. First and foremost. It's just rich people fucking business. It's completely, you know, disconnected from the normal fucking world. The normal. The people without cars are normal. If you have a car now, you're fucking rich, bro. You're fucking wealthy. You're taking care of a car. That's a lot of fucking responsibilities. To know how to drive a car, to know how to fix a car. Oh boy. To know where to fill up the car, how to do it properly, you know, which hole to use. How much money you have to carry in your pockets to pay for the fuel of the car. Oh boy, so many responsibilities people have learned so fucking quickly. Cars is very useful, it seems. Oh boy. But hey, and that's the only thing that Elon Musk did. And that's how the fuck you run the scams. You give people cars. That's the biggest scam you can fucking pull off. Just give them the cars. Let them run around the fucking planet like little assholes they are. Trying to run away. Trying to rage bait them out of, you know, wherever they don't like. You have full freedom, guys. You're so free. Just go to a different location whenever you feel like it. And that freedom traps you, actually, because it's all a lie. Because this comes with a lot of responsibilities. This comes with a sense of death. When you lose control of the wheel, when you become hungry, you can't drive. You can always make a mistake and just poof, disappear in one fucking crash. It's just that simple. You still like cars? Cars the leading cause of death, bro. For fuck's sake, man. You don't understand. And that's not gonna change when cars become electric. It's gonna get worse. And it's getting worse. They're getting out of control. You will stop caring of, like, the car will have to come to me and run over a few pedestrians to do so. Boom, 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 right? And it's like, wow, green for the environment. Absolutely. Elon fucking Husk, bro. There's no Elon Husk meme? Man, where's the Husk? I thought a Husk means that. I thought Husk is like that. And that's Elon Musk right there. I was lied by Minecraft. What's going on? Ah, interesting. Yeah, he has to get, you know, peeled. This little Husk boy. Elon Husk, bro. Alright. So we have that going on. And obviously, I hate that. But I hate the public more. Like, the scammer is not the problem. It's the fucking people who open their mouths. Let it in, bro. Let me get, financially raped, disintegrated. I trust you, Elon Musk. Woohoo! This is our savior. This is our religion, new religion, boys. It's to be rich and powerful. It's the religion. It's the normal, the new normal. And where everyone has to have cars, especially in America. Woohoo, boys. And so, yeah, in Europe is the same thing because you don't use trains. What the only thing that we have like is train system. We fucking flex that shit, but it's useless. From what I've heard, it's actually useless. We flex that for no fucking reason. We have nothing. No, but none of us have anything. We just have planes. Everyone have planes. So we have nothing. Alright? None of us have actual transportation besides fucking electric scooters. That's it, bro. I'm not impressed by Tesla fucking shit when I still have to have a driver's license to operate transportation. Like, it's fucking shit. Alright? It's shit. I guess the only thing we have is fucking taxi. That's it, bro. Very, very expensive shit. Holy moly. In Asylum, there were a simple rule. A 1-year sentence. And there's nothing you can do about it. Alright? That's the fucking rule. Now, the idea that you can get out of 6 months in 6 months' time is a possibility. And only 2 people did it in my stay. While I stayed there, 2 people did it, alright? One of them was a rapper, and another one was a fucking crapper. I mean, one dude was so cool. They're kind of like my age, a little bit younger maybe. So cool, learn how to rap and like impress other people. And it's like, look how cool I am. And like impressed them so much he got fucking out. I couldn't impress them. I was fucking making a card game and I couldn't impress them well enough. Because there's not a lot of opportunities to impress people. You just don't know how they feel. You don't get some kind of score, to keep track of. That you did the good thing, the bad thing. They don't evaluate. They don't give a fuck. Like, under pressure, I need to be evaluated. I need to feel the social, some kind of justice, bro. At least a number is all I ask, bro. Going up and up to fucking from 0 to 3 or something. 3 good things you have to do. And then people will guarantee you to come out. Instead of like all this nervous bullshit. All this disease that has been fucking riddled into the system. That I had to fucking find for myself. But yeah, the second person was very calm. Didn't want to talk to anyone. Kind of like my mom, bro. Like, just stay in his own place. Sleeps, doesn't talk to anyone. But try to play chess, try to interact. Try to be present. Try to be a tool for me to use. I was like, let's learn this fucking card game. So he was participating, he was okay with that. But you know, you have to drag them in and you have to force them, you have to tell them what you want. This guy is actually working, he has a relationship, it's all cool, it seems. He has told his story to me of interactions with the fucking hospital. And how he ran away even. I mean, that's pretty fucking powerful. I mean, it's very hard to do stuff like this. Running away, that's fascinating. And he sort of ran away from this one too. I had to fucking suck it up and gobble another chunk to finish my 13 months. But yeah, this is very interesting. You get like this, right? Every 6 months, fucking, they decide. Are you eligible for freedom? I don't agree with anything that they do. Everything is fucking dirty. It gets dirty when people don't care, when people don't actually fill you with information and opportunities. They're scared, obviously, that you're gonna do something fucking weird. That they will allow you to do something weird. They're obviously scared, too. And that's also annoying. That's also painful to deal with. You lose so much freedom because people are irrationally fearful of you. And that's just how it was invented, it seems, because that's the entry point into the asylum. People fear you irrationally. They're just insane. Like, if you have so many fears, like, what's gonna happen to you? I'm scared of your fucking life. What is gonna happen to you? Like, the purge is gonna fucking take your shit away, rip you into shreds. Any fear you have will rip you into shreds. They will open your door and ask you for things, or will take those things themselves. That's the purge, bro. The criminals will run around and just take things. And we will have to establish bridges, establish communication, establish food supplies. The purge is gonna be really bad, guys. It's coming. The real fucking deal. Real purge. It's not supposed to happen in every single location, but in my location, it's happening. Alright? 100%, bro. I can guarantee you that because I will die, so I can tell you all the bad things, all the worst things. I can predict all the worst things. If I'm dying, that's what I'll fucking say. If you want to listen to me, you're gonna hear the worst things now. Because I am closer and closer to death every single time. I finish, you know, my melon, but like, slice of melon, but how long is it gonna last me? I'm not Eugenie Cooney. I burn my speech out of my body, out of my system. People need to hear more of this shit until they stop me physically, bro. Until they go through a steel frame and physically stop me from speaking the truth, you know. That's the fucking level of truther that I am, you know. I'm under a threat now, not fucking Mark Passio, little bitch. When I did my first hunger strike, when I was like very upset about life, when I wanted death very badly, and was tripping my balls out 4 years ago, I had an item that happened to be a very interesting magic trick. And it's that. If you're a poor person, you have this very easily. In fact, that one over there is the coolest one, as you can tell. Fucking golds right there. Tokens. But if you press on them, they have a special design. You press and you hear a click. And that is powerful. You can make a heartbeat with your finger. That's the superpower. I have the golden one here. You have the ability to just click and hear a heartbeat. Meaning that you with your fingers, you create life, right? It's such a crazy magic trick that anyone does all the time and doesn't understand because it doesn't click for them. You never actually clicked in a satisfying way where it's seemingly you picking up on a meaningless item, but it clicks back on you and it's like, whoa, that's a pretty satisfying sound. That is very cool. That's the fucking magic trick. How a simple thing can just be so satisfying. Anyone can use it. Anyone knows how to fucking do it. Like, it's the coolest thing. And you don't need to show anything cooler than that. You don't have to have spectacular things. Did I fool you guys? Do I deserve a trophy? That's what I would fucking show them, potentially. I mean, I can get a trophy from her, I guess. I don't know, bro. I would have balls to do it. Unfortunately, Allison is probably no longer part of the host team. I don't know. The top 1% can pull the rug. But the people who really you depend on the most are the ones who are always fighting for their lives, who know all the tricks, who understand everything. The moment you're in crisis, you will have to find those people to rely on to use them as a, solution to your problems, a leaning, a support. You'll have to find those people. You can no longer look at the 1% of scammers trying to pull the rug even more. I'm like, I'll take that. All right, thank you very much. You have signed the contract. It's over now. Your car and your wife is mine. I will come take your house very soon. The fucking top 1% are very gutsy like that. But the real people are the ones who are actually still fighting for their lives. Just naturally, they're active. And they see evil. And they have to fucking defend themselves. Those are the people you'll have to find. I can't find a person like myself, and that fucking hurts. That means, like, holy shit. But I still find them on TikTok, right? I just don't dive into it because I can't find them because that would actually burden my life, knowing that there's so many people like this. I just know they exist, and you can find them. You can sort of try to lean on them. Maybe they don't like to help you, though. Maybe they're not as nice as I am. Because I'm pretty nice living in the shadows, allowing any sort of interaction. My Discord is open as long as you talk, as long as you interact. You can join the waiting room. It's not hard. I've actually seen this one, but it's a very interesting upload for Monday, right? Yeah. I guess I watch it again real quick. It wasn't released. It was web exclusive. It was something you can click and find somewhere else.
Okay? This is terrain theory, right? You poison the tank to poison the fish. You want the fish to become healthy again, you got to clean the tank. You don't focus on the symptoms and then try to treat the fish for the symptoms if water is still fucking completely poison. And that's what we have. We have 100% satanic degradation of our entire environment.
I just clicked on a random part and it kind of resonates. It's kind of true, and that's how you fucking watch more pass you. We just, skip to the rant part. That's the interesting stuff. Skip the advertisement for 1 hour, an introduction. Jesus Christ, whatever. Or whatever poison that is. Poison the tank. But there is still water in there, so that's cool. Yeah, I mean, if life is unsustainable and there's poison everywhere, you don't want to fucking live that way. And you have to show it to people. You have to really fucking get into their fucking heads and remind them that I don't want to live, bro. You will have to change your behavior significantly. You'll have to get outside a lot, Mom. And a lot of people will have to care more all of a sudden. And I will have to explain why. But most importantly, like, if your computer fails and malfunctions, who's gonna fix it? There are repair shops. That's great. That's great. You'll have to pay money for it, but that's great. What if it shuts down too? You know, what if that breaks? There's layers and layers of breakage. Anything important you can break. Your child can break. Your mentality can break. I can probably fix it all. But not myself. To fix myself, I need resources. You know, people come with resources so I can fix them. But I cannot fix myself. And I cannot fix myself if people don't even come at all. That fucking sucks, bro. Imagine teaching people isolation. Imagine people learning about inflation. It's brutality. We have learned very brutal ways of the world. Purge is not supposed to be brutal. It's supposed to liberate every single vocal and living creature to take whatever they want. No. Scratch that, whatever they need. We can fuck whoever we want at some point during the apocalypse or of something else entirely. Whatever American's gonna invent. Because it's probably gonna have its own name. You know, it's gonna be completely unique, but it's still people fucking each other up, basically. To the max. So, I guess they're gonna just reframe the definition of fuckage, basically. Because after the purge, something else has to occur. It's not over yet. I'm just gonna be happy camper afterwards. I want to do things fast right now so I can relax the next 2 years, at least relax from everything. Because I'm a goddamn virgin. Who's gonna fuck with me, bro? Ain't nobody got time for that. You know? So, it's gonna be like really rough time. That I will stitch together and figure out what's going on. I'll be in the moment. I won't be a single minute too late. I will see things for how they truly are. You cannot live in the future, but not living in the present will be harmful to you, will set you apart. I'm one of those people who have to like black out every single face. You don't need to know that it's Mark Passio, but it is what it is, right? He gave a relatively important information, but here is all just garbage, right? It's all just complicated stuff. It's very easy to find criminals when everywhere is poison. Everything is poison, and you're not actually fixing the problem. You don't actually care of how the criminal even spawned. They created me in the first place. They made it all fucking happen by criminalizing me way too much. By looking at me as if I have to be stopped for whatever evil I'm about to do next. Who can tell what's gonna happen next? It's impossible, bro. A fucking meteor strike is gonna happen because of me. Holy shit, man. The world is gonna end. I need to be under high surveillance. And a lot of people suffer the same exact fucking fate, which is so unusual. Normal people get to live normal lives, and the moment you fucking hit that authority fucking side eye, I mean, like, holy shit, man. Now you're being treated as like incurable disease. Everyone wants to be free. Everyone wants freedom. Everyone wants to like cut the fucking tethers and be completely alone, out of all the trouble and noise. Everyone wants that, without a fucking doubt. And if we don't get that, if we don't get enough freedom, we die. I've explained that. I explained the problem of slavery and what it actually is defined as. And every single time, it's all about the definitions. It's all about how to craft the most powerful definitions, because they're crafted out of pressure of life itself. This is how we craft definition. This is how we understand the world. When the world is dark and only gold can shine, you know, only the most valuable things. The real gold is obviously fire or light of some kind, or morality in the darkness of human desires to do whatever they want. That is all. This episode is yet again over, and we're just clicked here. Like, I will exhaust myself very quickly, as you can tell. There's way too many things to say when everyone else is silent. There's a fucking marathon to run when everyone else is just doing absolutely fucking nothing. I'm running. I'm speeding. Will I get a speeding ticket? Will the police fucking catch me? In the same fucking road with same vehicle, with same tools? I am in a car, on the road, driving. Will a policeman catch me? Because that's the only way to fucking stop me and arrest me properly. Because I'm making a lot of YouTube videos. I'm speeding. I'm uploading way too much shit. Will police catch me is the question. You know, is there actual YouTube police? Because that's when you get a speeding ticket. I might actually hit a person with my information. He might get hit by enlightenment way too hard. Where we don't deserve to be so fast about it. We don't deserve to, you know, do speed runs because I'm scared of like a few conversations going the wrong way, it seems. It shouldn't be that way. I should at least get caught by the cops of YouTube. Of like, why are you uploading so much? Should be the question mark that rises. But naturally, we just don't have it yet. We don't have the natural things, the natural needs to do things, the natural way to update YouTube and expand its influence. The only way we can actually get to second generation is if we have a second generation engine for YouTube itself. We know the core idea here, but everything else gotta be scrapped and redone from scratch, because everything else fucking sucks. We know the idea of videos shared by people. You upload a video and it gets a certain amount of views. That's it. And some people get paid for it, so they get tokens or whatever that they have to keep track of, you know, somewhere in the corner of the screen. That's it. Like, the most important parts come first. We have already experienced YouTube, but we have to reboot the entire engine to actually build it better and bigger this time. It has to be rebooted. So how it's gonna happen, I have no idea. I just know what has to happen. I just know that after this comes that, and Four Horsemen will all together will poke us, so we act morally correct. So we act effectively and efficiently and active all the time and properly, so we can enjoy life much better. The God will give us enough judgment to understand the flow of life and give us all the superpowers in return once we are freed from the free fall. We don't get freedom, we get free fall for everything that life is all about, that you wouldn't necessarily like, but you have to suck it up and fall for it just so you could learn. You don't get a dome, all right, over your head. You don't get to be safe right now for a good fucking reason. See you guys next time.